if you...
Yes, peace is back.
I don't know whether you'll find your way home that fast. The roads are still clogged and all that.
We can fly from
but looking at how peaceful it appears to be,
that's what
was it necessary really now, John, to get to that moment of altercation? Because it looks like it's fairly okay. And then the Kenyans are viewing the body, even though some of them argue that it's very fast. You can't even know whether it's passing or viewing and all that. Look at how peaceful it sounds, John. Do you think it was necessary for the police to have reacted in the manner that they did?
Well, human life is such that we learn best from our mistakes. We also learn from our shortcomings, and sometimes life just hands things to you a certain way. This is exactly what I was talking about, and they did that reset we talked about, and now you can see things are moving on swiftly. Sadly, there's what is called the IQ of a crowd. It is limited to the IQ of the lowest IQ'd person in that crowd. So sometimes you'll have people who, the majority of people are what we are seeing now. People who want to pay their respects, people who want to behave in a responsible, adult, governable manner. But there'll always be the goon who's doing somersaults and hanging from the tires of a plane and going with border borders all the way into the
and that
security
one must be
area.
contained,
And those are the ones, and as Kenyans, we really must abandon this mob mentality, so that when you see your brother, your sister, your neighbor behaving like that, like I said on my way here, I saw a lorry commandeered by people. It was, you know, clearly a construction or commercial, you know, vehicle. We must get to a point where even us as citizens can tell such, you know, people behaving that way, please stop. Why? Because it has consequences. It leads to loss of life. People get maimed, you know, we just saw that today. So what I'm saying is exactly what, and remember, it's at such large scale. This stadium is filled to capacity. I'm sure now the only way they'll have to manage this is you view and you leave.
Right.
You can't stay. So that at any one point, it's filled to capacity, yes, but people are coming in and coming out. Tomorrow will be even greater. That's why I say there was a lot of wisdom in making tomorrow a public holiday. But of course, there is a ceremonial part of it and the memorial part of it. But what we are seeing is exactly what should be. And of course, there's a tight security presence, which there should have been right from the get-go. As I said, they were juggling so many things. The cottage was flying in from an outside country. There was all these processions, dignitaries, the family, you know, changes had to be made. He was to lie in state in parliament, that change. So, you know, we give credit where it is due. They are now managing it the way they should manage. And they seem to be balancing all the priorities. As we've seen, the leaders, the barrier committee, the family, the security agencies, they're really in heavy consultations about their way forward. And what we are seeing now is part of their work, and they must be commended for that. Sometimes Kenyans, we love criticizing, but we only, it's like bad news sells. So we only like to talk about the negative side, but when we see that order, when we see people mourning and grieving and paying their last respects to this great leader, we certainly must give credit where it is due, to the barrier committee, to the government, the state, the security agencies, the family, and everybody else who's involved in coordinating this.